Hello friends, once again welcome to Aifer Paper 1. So in the past few videos we were discussing different topics of Paper 1. Within that we have started the discussion of logical reasoning. So while discussing about logical reasoning, I have already told you the importance of logical reasoning. Out of the 10 topics in Paper 1, the 3 topics which seems to be or which most of the students found a bit tough is mathematical reasoning, logical reasoning and data interpretation. So it's very important that you score maximum possible marks in this topic, which will definitely give you an extra edge in your preparation. So within that, we are discussing logical reasoning. So we have detailed discuss about the syllabus, different topics and other things. So within logical reasoning, I have told you there are 3 topics that you have to focus on. Most of the questions in the past few years is coming from 3 topics: cutoff opposition, Indian logic and fallacies. So we were discussing fallacies and we have already discussed what are fallacies and what are the important type of fallacies. Then we have discussed about the formal and informal fallacies. Within formal fallacies, we have discussed 4 important fallacies: appeal to probability, non sequitur type. Then we were discussing about informal fallacies. Within informal fallacies, I have already told you there are 3 classification of informal fallacies we have. The first classification is fallacy of relevance, fallacy of presumption. 3 classification we have: fallacy of presumption, fallacy of relevance, and we have fallacy of ambiguity. So we have already completed the fallacies which are coming under fallacies of presumption. We have complex question fallacy, hasty generalization fallacy, fallacy of accident, post hoc ergo propter hoc, cum hoc ergo propter hoc, slippery slope fallacy, two-cock fallacy, whataboutery fallacy, appeal to ignorance, circular argument, begging the question of petitio principii, false dilemma, and argument from lack of evidence or argumentum ad ignorantium. So we have already discussed all this topic. So we are going to the next set of fallacies. There are the fallacies of ambiguity. So we have fallacies of ambiguity. If you haven't watched the videos discussing all these fallacies, make sure you watch it. Yeah, so we have fallacies of ambiguity. Yeah, so fallacies of ambiguity is caused by, very simply we can say it's caused by ambiguity. Okay, which means, okay, yeah, we have, which means fallacies of ambiguity is caused due to a lack of clarity or misunderstanding of the words. So we have ambiguity means some sort of confusion or lack of clarity. So fallacies of ambiguities are those fallacies which arise due to lack of clarity regarding the words or misunderstanding the meaning of the words. So within fallacies of ambiguity, we have 6 fallacies. We have accent fallacy, we have equivocation fallacy, we have amphiboly fallacy, strawman fallacy, fallacy of composition, and fallacy of division. So we have 6 fallacies coming under fallacies of ambiguity. So while discussing about, or in the introduction of fallacies, I have told you that 95% of the question from fallacies comes from, they will be giving you an example and they will be asking you, what is this type of fallacy? Okay, this is what type of fallacy. That's what I have already discussed, okay, in the initial time. So the 5% or the very few questions comes regarding this classification. They will be giving you a question. They will be giving you a set of fallacies and will ask you which among the following comes under fallacies of presumption or fallacy of relevance or fallacies of ambiguity. So let's see a question similar to that which has been asked in the previous exam. So we have, this is a question: which of the following is not a fallacy of ambiguity? What's the answer? We have just discussed that. Okay, so we have fallacy of equivocation comes under. Okay, so we have fallacy of equivocation comes under, fallacy of ambiguity. Then we have fallacy of amphiboly comes under, fallacy of accent comes under, fallacy of accident doesn't comes under. Okay, fallacy of accident, it happens as a result of an exemption. So we have, the question is regarding which of the following is not a fallacy of ambiguity. So we have answer is accident, because rest 3 are fallacies of ambiguity. Okay, rest 3 are, we have fallacies of ambiguity. Then moving to the 6th set of, okay, fallacies of ambiguity. Okay, so we have fallacies of ambiguity. First one, we are moving to the accent fallacies. Accent fallacies, as the name indicate, it occurs due to the difference in the interpretation of the pronunciation of a word or the stress given to particular word. For example, I will give you an example. So here is a statement we have. I didn't take the test yesterday. This is a statement. I didn't take the test yesterday. So if I'm telling you like that, I didn't take the test yesterday, it seems that I didn't take, somebody else had taken. Or the second thing I'm telling is that I didn't take the test yesterday. So like, I didn't take the test yesterday. I didn't take the test yesterday. So here I am giving stress to yesterday, which you may interpret it by hearing that I didn't take the test yesterday, but I have taken some other day before yesterday, or last Sunday, or last Monday. So the different interpretation of this word happens, or meaning of this particular sentence happens due to the difference in the stress given to particular word, which may vary from a person to person. So accent fallacies are those fallacies which are as a result of the accent or the pronunciation or the stress given to some particular words. So this is all about, we have accent fallacies. Then moving to next fallacies, that's we have equivocation fallacies. So the second type of ambiguity fallacy, we have equivocation fallacies. This set of fallacies occurs when words are used in multiple times with different meanings. There may be certain words which have different meanings in different places. Here is an example. The tree has bark. Dogs bark. And I'm telling that dog is a tree. Can we say so? No. Because here the tree has bark means it's a bark of the tree. Dogs bark means it's a different thing. So the equivocation fallacies happens in when different words are used or same words are used multiple times with different meanings. It also happens with, I'm telling that tiger is a cat, or tiger is a cat. So I'm telling that cat is an animal, big cat is a big animal. Okay, big cat is a big animal. So similar aspect is what we have, equivocation. Okay, we'll be discussing more questions. Yeah, this is an example here for fallacy of equivocation. Identify the fallacy committed in the following argument. Okay, so we have identify the fallacy committed in the following argument. An elephant is an animal. Therefore, a small elephant is a small animal. Okay, we have identified the fallacy. An elephant is an animal. Therefore, a small elephant is a small animal. Okay, small elephant is a small animal. So, a small elephant is a small animal. Okay, this is equivocating. So, we have fallacy of equivocation. Okay, so we have fallacy of equivocation here. So, let's move to the third type of fallacy of ambiguity, that is the fallacy of amphiboly. Okay, so we have the fallacy of amphiboly. Fallacy of amphiboly, here we have, this fallacy is again a type of equivocation fallacy, and here the confusion or the ambiguity results from a grammatical construction. Okay, here the ambiguity results from a grammatical construction. For example, I am saying that save soap and waste paper. You may feel like I'm telling that save soap and waste paper. How you can also interpret save soap and waste paper. Two different. Okay, save soap and waste paper. Okay, throw paper. Or I can say save soap and waste paper. There is a classic example: free him, not hang him. Free him, not hang him. Or free him, not hang him. Okay, so these are the words or the sentences in which we have a different interpretation based on the grammatical structure of the sentence. Okay, grammatical structure of the sentence. So moving to the fourth fallacy of ambiguity. So the fourth one we have strawman fallacies. Okay, fourth one we have strawman fallacies. Yeah, strawman fallacies include misrepresentation to make an argument look weak, or here someone takes another person's argument, distort it and exaggerate it in some kind of an extreme way. Okay, so this is what happens when it comes to a strawman fallacies. Okay, this is what happens when it comes to strawman. For example, I will be telling that, okay, we can say like yeah, there is a news hour debate. Many of the time this happens. Okay, many of the time this happens. For example, I think pollution from humans contribute to climate change. I think pollution from humans contribute to climate change, and we are misinterpreting it as yeah, you are saying that pollution causes climate change, and you are saying that human are the problem behind the pollution, and you are telling that, are you telling that population explosion is a problem of the year, or are you telling about family planning? And you definitely I can understand you are telling against the belief of a certain religion, so and so it goes on like that. Okay, many political statements, when it comes to many news hour debates, okay, we can see this example. Okay, this is what strawman fallacy is all about. So this is a first facet of what we can say ambiguity, fallacies of ambiguity, that comes under fallacies of ambiguity. Then we have the last the last two we have, yeah, here is a question, okay, regarding the strawman fallacy. A fallacy in which an opponent position is depicted as being more extreme or unreasonable than is justified by what was actually asserted is called. Okay, so we have a fallacy in which an opponent position is depicted as being more extreme or unreasonable than is justified by what was actually asserted is called. So we have argumentum ad baculum, we have the red herring fallacy, we have argumentum ad hominem, we have the strawman fallacies also. Okay, we have the strawman fallacies also. So here we have strawman fallacy. We have already discussed strawman fallacy is the answer here. Then moving to the next one. Yeah, the fifth, last two, fallacy of composition. We have the last two somewhat related. Fifth one we have fallacy of composition, and sixth one we have fallacy of division. Fallacy of composition here says that what we can say, parts, the properties of the parts will be similar to that of the properties of the whole. For example, I am saying that, give me an example. Yeah. Every individual part of a large tractor is lightweight. Therefore, the entire machine also must be lightweight. It's an example. I'm telling you that this tractor is made up of a lot of small parts, or a car is made up of a lot of small parts, and all these small parts are very lightweight, and I'm telling that the car, which is made up of many lightweight parts, is a lightweight thing. So what is the properties of a small part? That will be the properties of a, what we can say, the whole thing. For example, I'm telling you that human beings are being made up of cells. These cells are not visible by naked eyes. Okay, so I'm telling you that since human beings are made up of cells which are not visible by naked eye, they are also not visible by naked eye. That is it. What is the property of the part? Will be, we are arguing that that will be the property of the whole. That's what fallacies of composition. And the last one we have fallacies of division. This is a just opposite. I will discuss a question later. What happens here? The fallacy revises a composition. Okay. In composition, fallacy of composition, we have what is the property of the small part component will be the property of the large part. But here, what is the property of the large part will be the property of all components. For example, yeah, Mr. Smith is an employee in an infusion company. Yeah, this one will tell. Microtech is an immoral business incorporation that engages in unethical trading schemes. And Susan Jones worked there. Okay, so we have, and I'm telling that she must be an immoral individual. So we believe Microtech is a company with unethical behavior, and you saw somebody working in there, and you are concluding that she is also, okay, yeah, immoral person, okay, unethical person. So this is what fallacies of division is all about. So fallacies of composition and fallacies of division is almost similar. When it comes to fallacies of composition, what is the property of the component will be the property of the whole thing, and when it comes to the division, what is the property of the whole thing will be the property of the component. So just we'll see the question. So this is an example of fallacy of composition. Since all humans are mortal, the human race must someday comes to an end. So here we have all humans are mortal. Okay, we have all humans are mortal. Okay, we have all humans are mortal. So we are saying that human race must someday come to an end. Okay, all humans are mortal, so we have the human race must someday come to an end. Okay, the human race must someday comes to an end. What happens? Yeah, so the property of the humans should be the property of the human race. So that's what we have, fallacy of composition. Fallacy of division. Soft drink sector has shown good growth in profit over past few years. Therefore, we can conclude that each individual soft drinks company is making good profit. So the whole soft drink is generally creating a lot of profit, and we are concluding all soft drink company are this one. So we have fallacy of division. Okay, so we have fallacies of division. Yeah, so these are the 6 fallacies of ambiguity. Okay, 6 fallacies of, we have fallacies of division, where the property of the whole thing will be the property of the part. Then we have fallacy of composition, where the property of the component will be the property of the whole part. Then we have a fallacy of strawman fallacy, exaggerating, amphibolic, grammatical mistakes, and equivocation fallacy, or same word with different meaning, and accent fallacy as an impact of accent. So this is what about the fallacies of ambiguity. Next, we have to discuss about fallacies of relevance. So I hope you are clear with this one. Okay, we'll be discussing more in the upcoming videos. So as to make sure you receive all such paper 1 videos, make sure you subscribe to Aifer Education YouTube channel and press the bell icon. You can watch a lot of videos here. And also to join Aifer's exclusive paper 1 online course, we can contact us. You will get the details from the YouTube description, and you can also visit our website www.aifer.in. That's it. Happy learning. See you in the next video.